Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to another day of the GSL Code S. Tastosis is here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you
Pretty
doing?
well. I'm doing pretty great.
Pretty great? Why so great?
Well, because all the Protosses keep winning, Artosis, and it really meets my my dream of having 15 Protosses in the round of 16.
Yeah, that's or as we'll call it, the round of 15.
There you go, right?
Protosses.
That other race is going down no matter what.
Yeah, there's a good chance that could happen here.
It certainly could
well.
happen. This has been a very different GSL Code S from ones we've had before. Normally, well, historically, it's always slightly Terran dominant.
Yeah.
If you take most of the seasons that we've had here. This season, we started out with a lot of Protosses.
Yeah.
The Protosses are doing very well. Today we have 3 Protosses and 1 Zerg.
So at least one Protoss will get through. Hopefully 2.
Hopefully 2.
Hopefully Sue goes down.
Keep your fingers crossed, guys.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's a big change from the way we've normally seen StarCraft II. Normally Protosses, especially in Korea, lower number of champions.
Yeah.
Obviously, we still have some badass Protosses like MC or Parting who have done very well historically. But unlike, for instance, Terrans and Zergs too, we had a much bigger variety of very, very strong players in those areas. This time around, Protosses are pretty good.
They are.
And in large numbers.
As you can see, that's the number of Protosses already in the round of 16.
Yep.
All of them complete badasses. Of course, Zest with that all-kill last night. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And, I mean, these guys, they're good. It's not just Protoss. They're also very good.
No, they're all very talented. So, yeah, man, we're back here. It's been a little bit since it's been a Code S. We had a nice last week, but it's good to be back doing StarCraft II again.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had a big off-season, actually, before this Code S started.
Yeah. I missed it a lot, but
it felt weird.
It feels
actually
good
not
to finally
casting StarCraft II for that long.
Yeah, finally be back in the studio for StarCraft. It feels right.
It feels good. Speaking of the studio, you're always welcome to come down here. As I always say, come here. Entry's free. Get to see the pro gamers in person. You can meet us after the show or watch us scramble on a bathroom break.
Yeah.
You may find out we don't always wash our hands. We don't have a lot of time in between then.
No. And, well,
what are you going to do?
What else can you say about that?
But, yeah, come down, check it out. It's at Samsung Station out of Exit 1 on your right.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about tonight, Tasteless? You think Sue can make it through?
I joke that I want all Protosses, and the truth is actually I would like to have a very balanced round of 16. But
I'm not joking.
I'm hoping.
I want it.
I'm hoping that a Zerg moves on, but today's Protosses are really good.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course,
really, really, really good.
SOS is someone you would just assume is going to make it in, but
yeah.
I feel like
in my mind, he's got a default shoe-in.
Yeah,
so
Ruin's been playing very well recently also, so I wouldn't count him out. I think that he could be the second Protoss going through today.
It certainly could happen.
Protosses.
So then we'd end up with 6 Protosses.
We can only hope.
We can only hope.
6, that's almost halfway there.
Legacy of the Void is coming, Artosis. It is a sign.
Yeah.
We're going to see what happens to the Protoss storyline soon.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited.
What
have you been doing?
I played
recently?
Starbow last night.
Yeah. How'd you like it?
You did as well. We played at different hours.
Yeah, I played some Starbow.
I took one of those naps that turned into you sleep for 4 or 5 hours in the day. So I was up until maybe 3:30 last night playing Starbow, 4 a.m. something like that. It's really good.
Yeah, it's actually
really
a lot of fun. I quite enjoyed it as well.
It's interesting because you're using all the Brood War builds.
Yeah.
I was messing around with Brood War a few weeks ago. I'm like, I haven't played this game in 4 years. I might as well install it and check it out. But, it was funny because I was trying to use some of those Brood War builds that I had been doing, 15 years ago in Starbow. And then when I'm doing them, it's funny because, for instance, with Protoss, having the Chrono Boost there, but with the Brood War setup of units, it's pretty funny, but it's a lot of fun. I'm going to mess around with it some more.
Yeah, I had the best time ever just making vultures and siege tanks and just laying spider mines everywhere. Oh, it brought back memories.
No, it's really cool. It's interesting to see where that's going to go in the future as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really cool mod. Definitely check it out. And beyond that, I played a bunch of Hearthstone.
Oh, that's
Druid
good.
decks.
Yeah. Druid decks are good.
Druid decks are pretty good, Artosis.
Yeah. I would venture to say they're probably best overall.
Yeah, that and some Warlock I've been playing.
Warlock's always good. Are you playing Murlocs or Handlock?
Handlock.
Okay.
I tried Murloc for a day
coward.
or two. I tried Murloc for a day or two, and I'm like, well, this just plays itself. You just keep, like, you're like, all right, get this card, put this one here, and, you know, eventually I'm going to run out of cards and life tap, and then I either win or I lose.
Yeah.
No.
Generally win. It is Murloc.
Generally win, unless they got a really good draw early on.
That's true. All right, well, that's good. Yeah. I've mostly been playing some Starbow, some StarCraft II, watching a lot of odds. A little bit of Hearthstone in there, too, of course. Pretty much the same as you.
You love your Hearthstone, man. He's good, by the way, at Hearthstone.
Thanks.
He's deadly. What is your rank now? Are you Legendary again?
No, I just started the climb, actually. I think I'm
really?
Rank 4 or something.
Yeah, I played like 2 nights ago or something. I'm like I think 14 or something like that. They're eventually going to have to get the negative numbers as Tasteful starts to get closer and closer to that one.
No.
Go right through Legendary. So I guess we have more downtime here than normal before we start this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Normally we're not talking for the song.
No, normally not.
Normally not, no.
That's why we got to go through the whole gambit of what we've been doing.
Yeah, what we've been doing.
Like
What's your favorite color?
Yeah.
There is an
Do you have a new favorite color? Or are you still with red?
Red, the color of passion.
Yeah.
You like green, right? Did you know serial killers are most likely to like yellow? Or sociopaths or something like that?
I think it's yellow or orange.
Yellow or orange?
Yeah.
I thought it was yellow.
I think it's both.
Really?
Yeah.
We're having an interview going on right now. We don't have a feed of that, which is also why we're still sitting here talking.
Yeah.
As you can see behind us right now. But once that's done, I believe we're going to go right into the match.
That's good. That's what I'm here for. I want to watch.
That's what I want to do, man.
I want to watch and commentate some StarCraft.
Yeah. I as well, Artosis. So how's your baby doing?
She's sick, actually.
She is.
Yeah, she's a little cold. It's too bad.
That's rough when they're that young and they get ill like that.
Yeah. Her temperature keeps spiking. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she's getting new teeth or something.
Oh, yeah, they'll cry a lot, too, when those teeth come in and stuff.
So she's been a little bit mopey.
Speaking of teeth, man, I think I have a wisdom tooth coming in.
Well, finally, it's going to be your turn to be
If you wanted to see an old school cast of ours, you should see the one where he had he got a wisdom tooth removed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the day before.
The day before, and so he's in here on painkillers.
Yeah. It was fun.
That's Wings of Liberty cast.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was a long, long time ago.
And you had a popsicle.
Yeah,
in the wrapper that
I ran down on the commercial and bought ice cream from the store because there was no ice
He was casting it with it up against his face like this.
Yeah, it was kind of
That
sore,
was the
actually.
GSL on drugs, man.
Yeah.
That was a good episode. Well, hopefully we get into this game soon.
Certainly. Well, they're having an interview, and I'm sure it's going something like, well, do you think – I can't see who's being interviewed.
I will play hard and bring good games to my fans. Something like that.
They're like, do you think you can get out Protoss number 3? He's like, well, I'm a Protoss, so maybe I can.
And force fields are pretty good.
Yeah.
So
the Mothership Core is all right as well. I was thinking of researching Blink. And if I do all these things that I just said, I think I have a good chance.
As it turns out, the Colossus can walk up cliffs due to the size of its legs. There's a possibility I'll be using that this time around.
It's a possibility.
It certainly is. A lot of these Protoss timings just really hard to stop. It's funny, Protoss all the way back into the very early days of StarCraft, it went through the largest evolution of different builds. It seems like it's one of these races that I don't want to say figured out last, but I want to say has to develop and kind of the pendulum of builds has to swing in several different times before eventually it starts to kind of cement into what you're actually supposed to do.
It's pretty mapped out right now, but there's there's a new test patch out, a test map for possible new patch changes where they're going to add on plus 50% to cooldown on Blink, so it takes a lot longer, and the Mothership Core way down the vision radius, make Tempest a little bit better against structures.
I saw that. I like the Tempest against structures thing. That's interesting to see what could possibly happen with that.
I don't think too much will, but
the Blink cooldown's also interesting.
I think that's pretty severe. That's a pretty slow blink right there.
Well, when you look at what's happened with some of these stalker rushes,
they should switch it from blink to fall asleep. I'm going to do a fall asleep rush with my stalkers.
I'm like, you're going to have stalkers with narcolepsy,
instead of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice one, Artosis. But yeah, I mean, it's Protoss is a race on a serious note that has gone through so many different changes, but really now has actually they've got some very solid timing builds as well as some very good fast expand builds.
Yeah.
Especially for this season, we're really going to see, especially if you're a Protoss player like us, what exactly you need to do on PvP.
Yeah, we're going to see plenty of PvPs.
We're going to see a lot of PvPs.
Very likely.
Now, wouldn't it be interesting, though, if a Protoss didn't win this GSL Code S?
I don't think a Protoss will win.
You don't think so?
Yeah, something like 15 Protosses in Maru, and Maru's going to take
Maru just tears through it. It's like, you guys stop complaining, man.
Yeah.
Terran is overpowered.
Actually, I'm not sure which group. I can't remember who's in the group that
Maru's in?
Definitely won't have a Protoss coming out. Like, there's one group that doesn't have 2 Protosses.
Well, we were talking about, we thought Maru, no matter what, would be somebody who would probably
I think
out.
Maru will do well. Yeah, I mean, he's like the best Terran in the world right now.
He's
for
so
sure,
good. So weird, too, because, you know, we've been casting him for so long. Early on in StarCraft II, I kind of got used to him being one of the players that would get kind of knocked out early on.
Yeah.
Like, he was good. He was like a fixture of Code S, but not, you know, necessarily.
Well, how old was he? Like 12?
He might have been
this
younger.
12-year-old's never going to get better.
It's funny because well, no, but I mean, it's funny because we've actually seen this kid grow up as well. Like it's pretty wild.
You know what's
but yeah, you're right. As he got older,
thing in the whole world is going back and looking at pictures from old like OSLs and Pro Leagues.
Oh, like if you look at Flash or something, you see him as a kid.
Flash or Hot or Reach or something, and then I see him nowadays, and they're like big, tall men like me, and I look back, I'm like, I used to watch when he was a little kid.
It is pretty interesting to see these guys actually grow up. Yeah, it's
and what
wild.
a strange life to grow up playing video games. Well, I wouldn't
for a living.
That's
or for us playing and then casting. Yeah. Well, this interview is still.
Yeah, we're making that as long as possible.
We're still talking up here, but hopefully we can get that down the road, get that translated or something for us.
Just mute us and put on one of our laugh tracks, like one of the highlight reels of us.
And here's what you might expect when they were waiting for the cybernetic score to finish and go. Oh, it looks like we're actually almost ready. We got the players up there, so we're going to be starting this match shortly here. Again, it's 3 Protosses and 1 Zerg.
That's
so
right.
far, a very Protoss dominant tournament. Only Protoss is advancing here.
Could be again today.
Could happen again today. We could have 8 Protosses in the round of 16.
Well, it would be 6.
6 Protosses in the round of 16. Ooh, that happened. People are watching this. But it could very easily.
They'll turn it off after that long spiel.
No, but we could end up with easily half Protosses or more. So
yeah, I think that
today,
I think for sure we're going to have at least half Protosses. Like, I would be very surprised if we don't have at least 8 Protosses.
I think if 2 Protosses advance today, no matter what, mathematically we have to have half Protosses, don't we? For the number of, like,
I actually don't think
2 or 3, right?
I think you're actually wrong on that, but
really?
I'd have to check. Like, I don't have the groups in front of me, but
we'll see what happens.
I think mathematically no, but statistically probably, yeah.
The probability of it?
Yeah, very high.
Being high.
And as you said, perhaps even 100%, but I'm not sure. So
we'll see. We're just filling airtime here. So we have, in case you haven't watched Code S before, you haven't watched competitive StarCraft before, that would be weird because we've been around for a long time, but
welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
If this is your first, I'm
welcome
so sorry.
To
you
the
should have tuned in a different
StarCraft.
day.
Yes.
There's other better first days than today.
Certainly. But if you are just now joining us, we're going to have 5 best of 3s. You basically have 1 shot, or 2 shots, I should say, of making it through. If you win here, for instance, in this first group, then in the 3rd best of 3, you're going to be, if you win that, then you get out. Otherwise, you have 1 loser's chance. That was the worst way of explaining that.
Yeah,
that was pretty,
I don't even understand what you said.
That was pretty bad.
I've been casting GSL since the beginning.
I don't know. I don't know the format of this
tournament. As far as I know, you just made something up right there.
I'm like, it is a free-for-all. Yeah. Players are allowed to ally with each other, but only for 10 minutes at a time. And then we pick the most exciting players, and we just let them go through. So it's not even, it doesn't matter who wins or loses. So. That's our format right now. So
that sounds good. That sounds fair.
So today's an unusual day. I don't think we've ever had this much fill time.
No, they're torturing us right now.
Normally we're basically a complex sounding board of different statements that come out, and then eventually, okay, here we go. So here's our first player, Sue.
Where everyone is a complex sounding board. There is no free will.
There is no free will. Does free will really exist? Now, here's our first player, Sue. Very, very solid player. We saw a lot of him last year.
Indeed, made a finals. Super good Zerg player. Definitely has really nice ZVP. And I would actually say he's the 1st or 2nd best player in this group, in my opinion. So if he doesn't get out, all jokes aside, that's actually kind of sad because he's really, really legitimate.
He's very talented. Well, let's keep this in mind. Being the only Zerg player, he definitely had his practice made a little bit easier, right?
That's true.
Only had to learn the matchup.
Or is it harder because you have to practice against Protoss all the time?
That's a good spin, actually. That's a good way to put it. And here is Panic, his opponent right now.
Doesn't look very worried.
Nice psychoanalysis, Ro32.
Well, his idea is Panic.
Ah!
Yeah, see?
You are good.
You got that quick brain going on, Tasteless. You're almost 30 now, huh?
I was thinking if he was going to say Panic, I would say that he looks a little bit freaked out or something.
Well, I said he doesn't. No, doesn't look worried. Yeah. Anyways,
Ro32. So, he's one of our many Protosses here. I'd say he's a bit more generic when you compare him to some of the other Protosses in this tournament.
For sure.
Not a fan favorite here.
Well, he's someone that you'll forget is in Code S, actually.
Right. So, game number 1 is going to be starting soon on Habitat Station.
Well, you know, Habitation Station is kind of cool. It has those gold bases in the middle. It's definitely a map where Stormhost can be very powerful. And we'll have to see how this goes. Like, I feel like we're going to see probably an early and powerful attack here from Panic. There's a lot of ways you can play it. Like, when you take a gold, the speed with which you can, like, max on roaches and stuff like that is actually hilarious. So, I don't know. There's a lot of different ways that this one could play out.
What are your thoughts on some of the newer maps that we have now? Because, you know, initially it started out when StarCraft II. The maps were, I would just say, not good for balanced RTS play. Then they made them super generic. And I guess you can answer that once this game starts. But now we have them becoming a little bit more experimental.
Yeah.
Now on to our first game here today. Our only Zerg here, Sue, against Panic here at GOMTV.
Sue versus Panic.
All right, so back to what you were saying.
Personally, I like them.
Yeah,
I like the experimentation now with the maps.
I've actually talked to a lot of people about this and been thinking about it a lot. My opinion is, I think that the map pool that we have is like super diverse. And he's gonna proxy gate. It's the most diverse map pool that we've ever had. I mean, maybe Season 1 was diverse, but it's hard to say because everyone was so bad. But it's a super diverse map pool, which makes it very interesting in that regard. I don't think that they are necessarily the best maps, but we have such a wide variety of them that I actually very much like it as far as watching and casting it. For playing on this particular map pool, I have a little bit of a hard time, but it was a lot easier, I guess, when every map was a variation of Daybreak, right? So,
by the way, I think Sue's going to be in a lot of trouble. This is a 9-9 gate.
No, you know what?
And a hatchery.
It's true, but he's scouted with his drone so quickly. Yeah, now he's just
going to go back
pool.
and go for the pull.
This 2-gate can't do any damage, I would say. Like, that's a quick enough pool that I'm not too worried about Sue. Like, he should be able to get a spine up. He should be able to get out queens and lings and just kind of hold against someone who has 2 gates across the map and a very small amount of probes. He's only got 11 probes right now.
Well, this is going to be a kind of a peculiar spot for Panic now. Oh, is he going to get that?
Oh my God.
I wasn't expecting
Well,
that.
Panic is panicked now, Tasteless.
Yeah, man. Panic needs Xanax right now.
If he wins this one, there's something weird going on, because to lose a probe, get this scouted, his opponent's getting gas, he's getting his pool done, like...
By the way, he's committing with the Zealot Rush. He's continuing to chrono out the Zealots. So let's see how many kills he can get. The Spine Crawler's being made here. I mean, you got to be very careful. With good micro from the Zerg, this can be punished pretty easily. He is damaging that one drone.
Oh, beautiful micro.
Beautiful control so far.
Ridiculously good control. Are you joking me?
Are you kidding me? Is he not going to lose a single drone?
Okay,
gets one.
But the fact that he lost, like, okay, I guess he lost one over across the map. But anyways, the fact that he just microed that well, and he has a spine up, and he has 4, like, the game is already over if you ask me, Taste. This is like,
well, I mean, you have the important structures like the gateways all the way out here, not much to defend your main. I mean, Protoss is going to have a very hard time getting an expansion up. Zerg will easily be able to take out the double gates over here.
Yeah.
Cybernetic score coming up.
And he has an Overlord floating over it, so he gets to see exactly what's being made.
This is a situation that I think most people that have played StarCraft have been in.
Yeah.
Most people have tried a proxy gate and then had it fail.
It feels terrible.
And this is it. Even at the highest level, this is basically what it feels like.
Yeah. You get proxy gates scouted in any matchup. Well, I guess PvP it can still sometimes win, but like generally speaking,
those are different properties though, because it's a mirror matchup and stuff. But
yeah.
like here. I mean, from here, sometimes we see players try to tech up. Players are panic since it's really pretty much impossible to secure a base on the low ground with ease. It also depends on how the Zerg opts to respond. And we see a Roach coming up here in Ling speed.
This is like so hilarious. It's 16 probes to 19 drones with 2 gates in the middle of the map. Speed is going to be finishing. He's going 1 base Roach, and it makes sense. Like, he knows that he can't lose as long as he just plays this pretty safe. Like, and the thing is, he might decide he wants to make some Roaches and send them across the map against someone that has like 2 Zealots. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Just, well, you know, the thing is, as Panic, you can't leave right now because your coach is going to yell at you because, like, but seriously though, like, staying in the game, I feel like this is like demoralizing. I would actually have left the game.
I would have left personally because when I would rather just be like, okay, that didn't work. Go to the next game with a fresh start here.
Yeah, like, okay, you know, he's just starting Warp Gate. He has 2 Zealots at home. What are these 2 Zealots going to do against Speedlings and some Roaches? Is it going to be something or is it going to be nothing? Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be nothing.
It looks like he's actually going to go right by the gateways, and this is a smart move here for Sue because he can punish Panic so hard. Panic doesn't even have a forge up or anything. There's no cannons.
Yeah.
Obviously, Roach is incredibly strong against Zealots, but especially if it's just Zealots, there's really nothing you can do at all. Now, the Warp Gate's going to finish here.
The Warp Gate is
no, it's not. Excuse me. The Warp Gate's not.
Well,
be there in time, but
here's the hilarious part, right? Like, he's going to have to use the next scan, but then he loses a gate and a pylon. This is like... It's just, I don't know, man. He's trying to get this sentry out to get some sort of defense going. I don't, like, is this sentry and Mothership Core going to just stop this all? No.
There's 12 more Lings on the way.
Poor Panic.
Well, I mean, he took a risk and it didn't pay off. It's just that simple. There's not much else to say. And, yeah, that we'll be seeing GG very soon here. He can just focus down the probes. No problem.
This is like so beyond GG already, like losing this many probes. And the thing is, he sees 2 more gates. So he sees that this is a 5 gate. A 5 gate with 12 probes. Guess how many warping rounds you can do with that? Oh my god.
Now, did he wall this in up here? No,
really.
And he didn't. No. Well.
Unless that sentry could like ride that force field up like it's a wave.
Unless he could change how we understand physics.
Yeah. Puts the force field around himself. He's like in the center, looking out. Yeah, so we have like a 10 probe Protoss, 5 gateways.
Now here's what's funny is it doesn't look like Panic's going to leave. Wow, this is the face of a very sad Protoss right now.
Yeah. That's the face of a disgusted Sue. He's like, you tried that against me?
How dare you?
How dare you?
Dare you?
Yeah. All right, so.
Well, look, some Zergs would have kept hammering away at their opponent. It is, I mean, this is Sue's prerogative here. He's going to just play it safe. He says, well, now I've basically won no matter what. The safest thing I can possibly do is make some drones, build an economy, and not let you expand. All right, there we go. There we go. Tap out. I was going to say, is this really going to go on?
No, well, it does for a little bit, because otherwise the coach is like, hey, you need to save just in case. But that game is over, and Sue is up 1-0.
Yes.
This is what happens when you get your proxy gates scouted.
Well, I mean, you have to proxy gate every once in a while. Very, very rarely, but you should always incorporate that into your toolkit of different builds. Now, the proxy gates are obviously way the most common on maps where there's only 2 starting locations because you know where your opponent is. We have seen some tricks on 3-player maps where they'll proxy gate in between the other 2 starting locations, but most of the time you see proxy gates on maps like this. So Sue just scouted, saw it, and once you see it and you're